Voters in Wisconsin won't be making their presidential picks next week in the state's first primary election. That doesn't happen until April. But now, to cast a ballot in our state, voters will need an ID when they head to the polls. News 8's Brittany Schmidt joins us with more.
Lisa, over the past few years, there's been a lot of confusion about whether you need an ID to vote. But now it's official. A photo ID is required for all upcoming elections in Wisconsin. So here's a look at what you need to know ahead of next week's primary. It's an issue that's been contested in courtrooms for a long time.
It's been on and off since, I think, probably around 2012.
But now, for the first time ever, Wisconsin residents will need to show a photo ID while casting their ballot.
Now it's definitely in place. You're definitely going to be asked to see your photo ID. If you don't have the photo ID, you won't be you won't be receiving your ballot at the polls on Tuesday.
Most voters will show their driver's license, but there are a few other options. For example, a state-issued photo ID, a U.S. passport, or a military ID card.
A lot of people talk about getting a voter ID card. There really is no such thing as a voter ID card. Your voter ID card is what you're going to present in order to vote.
Dankmeyer says whichever form of photo ID you choose, it doesn't have to include a current address to be valid.
We're not looking at the address. We're looking at the picture, we're looking at the name, and we're looking at the expiration date.
If you are a college student, there are different rules to follow. Western Technical College students can use their school ID to vote. UW-La Crosse students are being issued a separate ID card to use. And Viterbo students will be given a sticker to put on their school IDs to make them acceptable.
In all those cases, they need to show proof of an enrollment with a tuition fee receipt or a class schedule, something that's dated currently so they know they're still a student.
And if you don't have a photo ID at all, head to your local DMV.
You can get a free ID for voting purposes if you don't have one, but it does take a time to get it, so don't wait till the last minute to do so.
Showing a photo ID at the polls is something new for voters, but Dankmeyer says it shouldn't slow down the process.
It's going to take an extra 5 to 10 seconds, so I don't think there's going to be this extreme amount of time where people are going to have to be worried that they're in line for minutes and hours waiting to vote just because the photo ID is in place now.
There's one more thing to keep in mind if you are voting in the city of La Crosse. The city recently redistricted its districts, going from 17 polling places to just 13 polling places. So Dankmeyer says everyone should have received something in the mail saying where you need to vote, but just double check that before heading to the polls.
So I'm forgetful. I'm sure there are a couple of people out there that are also forgetful. Yeah. What happens if you forget that photo ID?
So if you forget your ID and you get there, you can do what is called a provisional vote, which means you can fill it out, but it won't actually count as a vote until you show your photo ID. So if you live close enough, they will make you go home to get your photo ID, bring it back so they can check it. And if you have any questions at all, you can visit the website at the bottom of your screen.
All right, that probably will be me. Thanks so much, Brittany.
Yeah.